Washington state is home to over 7.6 million people. If it was a country, its GDP per capita would be higher than wealthy nations like Australia, Germany, and Norway. And while all of these countries have free universal healthcare systems, 6.6% of Washington state, or over 450,000 people, have no health insurance at all. What can we do to ensure that everyone has comprehensive healthcare no matter what? Or, what can we do to provide healthcare that's always there?
The answer is universal public health insurance. Senate Bill 5204, the whole Washington Health Trust, would create a universal public health insurance plan. That plan would cover all Washington residents. That's right, everyone, regardless of age, income, or employment status, everyone's covered. It also covers everything. It's a huge expansion of what most people have because it covers dental, vision, mental health, reproductive health, and much more. For a full list, go to Whole Washington's website. And it also saves money, a lot in fact. It costs about $5.6 to $9 billion less than our current healthcare system every year. And it covers everyone. So, how do we pass it? In Washington state, we have ballot initiatives. Ballot initiatives are a process in which citizens can collect a required number of signatures to put a law on the ballot to be either approved or rejected by a direct vote of the people. This is the process that we use to legalize cannabis and marriage equality. So the question is, what about universal health care? According to the Washington State Constitution, the number of signatures we need to collect is 8% or more of the votes cast for governor for the last election. So, how many is that? Well, just under 2.5 million people voted for governor in 2020. 8% of that is just under 325,000. But the Secretary of State recommends an additional 15 to 20% cushion because some percentage of signatures will of course be invalid. Maybe someone who is not a registered voter or isn't from Washington state signs our petition. So, an additional 23% cushion gives us a goal of what? 400,000. 400,000 valid signatures from registered Washington voters is what it takes to put universal health care on the ballot for Washington state. One thing you might notice about this number is that it's actually fewer than the number of people who are uninsured. So, how are we going to collect the signatures? That's where the whole Washington signature captains come in. The idea is very simple. We recruit 800 captains, and we have them each commit to ensuring the collection of 500 signatures. Why ensuring? Because the signature captains do not necessarily need to personally do the collection of all of these signatures. They simply need to make sure that the signature collection happens. So this is a leadership position. Why 800? Well, it's a big number, but it's doable. We know that there are well over 800 Medicare for All, universal health care supporters in Washington state. So the question is, can we turn them into signature captains? Next, it's likely way more captains than we actually need, but it forces us to focus on recruitment. And keep in mind, we don't just have to collect 400,000 signatures, we need to win the election. So we're going to need to bring in everyone we can. Why 500 signatures? Well, it's totally achievable by a single person. Anyone can do this, but we also think that it really naturally forms teams of 5, and we want to encourage captains to recruit really hard and to bring in teams of 5. That will make this goal so much more achievable. But even by a single person, this can be done in 10 to 15 hours. So we want to emphasize, you can do this. You can do this. How do I become a signature captain? Well, the first thing to know is that anyone can be a signature captain. You don't need to be 18. You don't need to be a registered voter. You don't even need to be from Washington State. If you are willing and able to make the commitment that we need, then you can be a signature captain. We're going to get more into that. So, step 1, fill out the signature captain interest form. And there's going to be a link to that at the end of the video as well as in the description. Somebody from Whole Washington will get in touch with you shortly after that. And if you'd like to continue, you'll attend a signature captain orientation. And if you're watching this video as part of signature captain orientation, congratulations, you're almost done with step 2. Once you understand the signature captain program and are willing to make the core commitment, you're ready to sign the signature captain contract. So let's get into that. The core commitment is leading the collection of the 500 signatures, leading a team of up to 5 gatherers if necessary, ensuring the data entry for those signatures because they do not count until the data is entered, and we need the data entered to recruit supporters. And last, ensuring that the petition sheets get sent into Whole Washington because they need to be sent into Whole Washington and eventually the Secretary of State, otherwise they don't count. So, if you understand this commitment and you are ready to make it, then you are ready to sign the signature captain contract, and congratulations, you're officially a Whole Washington signature captain. And what happens next? Well, it depends a little bit on when it is. We expect signature gathering to begin at the beginning of May, and we expect that signatures will need to be postmarked by December 20th. That means that we have a campaign of about 13 weeks or 233 days, but we have a lot of work to do before that. We have a lot of people to recruit, and we need to build awareness of our campaign. We need to train our volunteers, and so we're really dividing this into 2 sections. Everything between now and May is the pre-campaign, where we focus on infrastructure, recruitment, and training, and then come May, we focus on signature gathering. But if we use all the time we have, this is totally achievable. That 500 signature commitment, if you use all of the time during that signature campaign, comes out to just 13 signatures a week, probably achievable in less than an hour of work per week. Okay, so you're a signature captain. You're committed to 500 signatures. What's going to happen next? Well, we want you to be successful, and we know that you're going to be most successful if you're not by yourself. So we're going to use a buddy system. And during your orientation or shortly after, another signature captain is going to reach out to you and ask, "Can I be your big buddy?" And then when you're a little bit more settled in and you're ready to take on another buddy, you will reach out to somebody and ask, "Would you like to be my little buddy?" And just like that, every signature captain will know 2 people in the program. They won't be by themselves. You'll have a support system of 2 others who you can ask questions to or go to for support if you need it. During that pre-campaign, we're going to be really focused on recruitment, and we're going to be really focused on organizing captains into leading teams. Depending on the needs of each captain, these teams might look quite different, also based on the availability of our volunteers. But we want every captain to have a team that they feel will make them successful. And then, sometime before signature gathering begins, each captain will receive a box. And we're calling this the Signature Captain Field Kit because that box is going to contain everything that you need to be successful at coming through on that 500 signature commitment. It's going to include 25 petition sheets and 5 boards at least, and that's for your team. So each of those boards can have 5 sheets on it. You hand it to the signature gatherers on your team. And very importantly, a signature captain handbook, and that's going to contain all sorts of useful information like how to recruit people to your team, how to organize a shift, how to do the data entry, how to send in the petitions. So we really imagine that if you hand somebody the Signature Captain Field Kit, that box has everything they need to be a successful signature captain. And that's really all there is to it. That's how 800 people, if well organized and with a bit of planning, can put universal healthcare on the ballot, can provide healthcare that's always there, and can make Washington whole. So, if you're interested, please go to the link here, sign the interest form, and someone from Whole Washington will be in touch with you shortly. And follow Whole Washington on Twitter to keep track of the campaign. We hope to see you soon. If you're watching this as part of orientation, we're very excited to work with you. Thank you very much.